Hi guys, you're watching Jam TV at MTV. I'm Varun Vazir. Actually wait, today I can call myself DJ Varun Vazir. If you're wondering why, that's because I have two very special guests present with me. The first one is a very famous MTV presenter who's hosted shows like Splitsvilla, Roadies, and currently hosting a show called India's Got Talent. And second one is a very famous DJ and a producer from UK who recently played at Rooftop. Let me introduce to you DJ Nikhil Chinappa and DJ Flemming.
Wait, now tell me the truth. How long did you take to rehearse that?
To be very honest, it's impromptu.
Yay! Excellent. Wait, MTV, put on a contract.
Alright guys, tell me, when did you guys think of getting into DJing and
John has a story that I think would be interesting.
Yeah.
I read it, you started playing when you were 15.
15 years old, I was still at school, and I was the geek that, in my lunch break, I went and bought vinyl records while all the other kids were playing football and rugby, doing manly stuff. And I was like the weirdo at lunchtime coming back with these vinyls, thinking, what on earth was he doing? But my headmaster saw this talent with me collecting music, and he said, John, I've got this idea, I'm going to put an under-18s night on for the school. Would you want to DJ? And this idea had never come across my head before. The reason why I was collecting music, I had no idea, but then this reason seemed to have come to light when my headmaster said this. So I ended up playing at this club. The night was a huge success, all the kids loved it, the club especially loved it.
The girls also loved it.
Yeah, they did, yeah. That was the main reason, really. But yeah, from then onwards they said, do you want a residency? So I was then the resident DJ doing this under 18s night, and that progressed on to the adults night. I got permission from the local council. By that time I was 16, and I was a full-time DJ given to me on the plate. So that's 25 years later.
India,
How's
the experience in India?
How's my experience there? Phenomenal, I love it here. I keep hounding him all the time. Get me back, get me back. As soon as I go home, I'll be on the phone to Nikhil. Get me back, get me back. It's brilliant here.
There's a very interesting point, or the moral of the story in what John just said about how he started DJing. I don't think you can be a good DJ, a good professional DJ, unless you're just a little bit crazy about the music. And I think you'll find that as a common thread in a lot of DJs who are successful around the world, that they were the kind of people who always ended up spending most of their time in record stores, as opposed to spending time with their girlfriends or going out drinking in the pub or playing football.
I'm sure that follows.
Well, it may become part of the lifestyle if you travel around the world, but not really. The main essence is still the music, and unless you're just a little bit crazy about the music, and if music occupies a space that's higher than most other things in your life, then you probably got what it takes to be a good DJ.
When did you think of getting into DJ?
But 8 years ago, I was 10 years ago, I was record shopping in the UK with Pearl. Pearl was buying music, and the previous night I just gone and heard a group called Express 2 play, and they played a song called Lazy, which I loved. The entire club was singing it. I had no idea what the song was, just everybody was singing it, standing around. And the next day I was at the record store and I saw the vinyl for Lazy, and I said, I have to have that record because it's so nice. So I bought that record. I bought another one called Silicon Soul right here, right now, which I really liked. And I bought 4 records on that trip, and a friend of mine who worked at the radio station gave me another 10 records. So with 14 records, I had my first music collection. Except I had no idea what to do with it. I just liked the music. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And then a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to come and play at one of his bars one night. And that's what got things rolling.
That's great. You guys are judging the new show called Burn MTV Ultimate DJ Championship. And it's already started on 4th of September, right?
Yeah.
How's it going? Experience traveling the...
It's exceeded all of our expectations in terms of the kind of response that we've got for the competition. The kind of talent that we've unearthed has been incredible. I thought that we'd be able to find maybe 1 or 2 good DJs from, we've done Bombay and Bangalore so far. I thought maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 good DJs. It's been such a tough job finding the 5 finalists because there's so many good DJs. And these guys have had a nightmare because I haven't been judging the finals, picking one winner out of those 5 finalists because the talent is so good and they're so close to each other in terms of their skill set, their passion, their understanding of the music. It's been incredible.
So what is the criteria you guys want to judge on? Like, does the musician has to know a lot about music or technicalities?
There's lots of different things. There are 5 different categories. We were trying to remember all of them. There's EQ control, there's overall level control, there's effects use, phrasing, there's flow, transitions, interaction, personality and body language, and there's one more that I'm forgetting, in flow and transitions in that section.
I think you
mixing section.
covered everything. There's a mixing and key as well.
Mixing and key.
Which
Key
is really
mixing,
important.
But all of that were above my head, so
If you've been DJing for even 6 months, you'll understand all of that immediately.
Yeah.
They are all important aspects there in judging a good DJ.
And all those aspects could make the difference of losing a crowd or keeping a crowd. So that's why it's really important that we judged all those and actually did the finalists nails every single one of them. They were brilliant.
how did Burn come along with MTV and
Well, we've had the idea at Boys for quite a few years now to find and nurture new talent in India. We've always pushed that angle, and there've been other DJ competitions that have been run in the country, and they've all been they've all had haphazard standards, if I can say that, because it's really strange to have a fashion designer or a guitarist judge a DJ. It's a completely different skill set. So some of the basic rules that we put into place over here is that all the judges are DJs with minimum of 10 years of experience. John's been DJing for almost 25 years now. There's a level playing field in terms of the DJs are given the same music to play from, and what we're looking at seeing is how you can play that music and present it better than anybody else that's around. Burn and MTV came about because when I started talking to the guys at MTV saying that I want to do this GDS championship, and I've been thinking about it for the past 4 or 5 years, and MTV said that it sounds like a really good thing to do because we've also been thinking about getting more involved with music on ground and doing more properties around music, because we have MTV very solidly established now as a channel and as a business, because Roadies is doing fantastic, Spitzfiller, Stuntmania, they're all doing really well. But we also want to stay in touch, very strongly stay in touch with the music, and they bought into the idea and to the concept. And Burn as an energy drink that they've just come to the market, they called us for a meeting. They called us boys for a meeting and they said, we want to be more involved in the electronic space, and we know that you've been working in the electronic space for the past 10 years in India, so how do we get more involved? So I said, well, I've got this idea to the GDS Championship, and they said that's exactly what we want to do. And they've committed to me verbally that if we deliver everything that we promised to deliver in year one, they're going to stick with us for the next 3 years at least, because they want to be in the space. And it's not just about them saying we want to launch a product and we want people to drink it, we want people to see it. They understand this music, they want to be involved in it, they want to champion. So it's fantastic to have two partners, one from Burn that wants to be in the electronic space and champion it, and one MTV that wants to bring Mojo back to the music channel as well. They're great partners to have.
That's great. The finals are on the 17th, right?
There are 2 rounds actually. There's a professional, there's the Pro Championship and the Open Championship. The Pro Championship is on the 17th. That's going to be here in Bombay, and the Open Championship finals are in Bangalore on the 19th.
So what does the winner get?
Loads of things, man. The main thing is the MTV and Submerge contract. You get signed on as an official DJ, so all the ground events that we do next year, you get to do all the club events, and that really builds your profile. It gives you a fantastic platform. People get to recognize you. Your face goes on the posters, it goes on the television, and after that, it's up to you how hard you work, because you can get all that popularity and end up at the club drunk and playing rubbish music, and nobody will want to book you after that, right? So it's also up to the DJ. Then there's professional DJ here from Pioneer, our partners. Riviera International with our partners in Mumbai, and a festival slot at a leading UK festival through the British Council, who are also our partners over here. And that festival slot is going to be phenomenal for giving you that exposure and that understanding of what is happening around the world, so that you can go there, experience it, and then come back and say, okay, this is what I need to do in order to help myself grow as an individual and push my career along.
So how do you guys define a good DJ? I mean, apart from taking your names, how do you guys define a good DJ?
Well, he should be able to use the least amount of hair gel possible, because hair gel is expensive, right? Besides that, John will tell you that.
I don't know why he looks at me when he says that. Feel inadequate somehow. But people think it's an easy job being a DJ. Just go 2 nights a week and that's it. Yeah, you just go play some music and everyone dances and that's it. But it's really more complicated than that. It's you've got to work on that dance floor. The difference between a good and a bad DJ is if he doesn't read the crowd, get it wrong, you just clear the dance floor and everyone goes home early. So there's a real art form and a skill to watching the floor, understanding the crowd, reading the crowd, learning when the magic moment is to get the dance floor on, using the music as a tool to get the people onto the dance floor, and also the important thing is holding them there for the rest of the evening. So there's all these huge amount of aspects which you've got to look at, as a DJ. And this competition, when I saw the rules, what we're judging, it nailed it completely. What's involved in in all of the aspects of the DJing, from the music choice, the mixing, duff mixes, the programming of the night. Someone messing around with effects, if they get that horribly wrong, you're just going to irritate and annoy the dance floor. We've all seen it, they're doing a little trick. He's impressing himself and his girlfriend, but the dance floor are looking, what the hell's this guy doing? He's giving me a headache. So, everything we covered. Actually, you did some really clever things as well within the judging, like really messing around with the setup. So as they walked up to the DJ console, stuff was all over the place. You've been really naughty, weren't you? Putting the CDs in reverse, unplugging things. But this is a real life situation that I'm faced with every DJ set, because it could have been a laptop DJ on before or whatever setup he's had. This track's got 2 minutes to go. I walked up to the console. I've got no sound coming out. I've got to instantly figure out how on earth to get everything running and quickly get my track ready and play. This is real life scenarios, and this is what you guys were doing with a lot of fun, smirking and laughing and giggling going on. But it was brilliant. But that's real life scenarios. They were getting confused, weren't they? Like, oh no, panicking. We'd never come across this, but you wouldn't at home when you got your home set up. That's what you're used to. You're in your little safety zone, but all of a sudden you're in this new environment.
Well, to answer that, what does it take to be a good DJ? You have to be a little bit crazy about the music, number one. You have to be bloody professional, because you're not going to get anywhere if you think, oh, this is just like a fun job, it's a hobby. My father's bought me all the DJ equipment, I've got lots of money, I don't really need to be too bothered about this. You have to be really professional if you want to be a good DJ. You have to do your homework, because there's so much new music coming out every day. If you want to stay on the cutting edge of technology and music, you've got to stay up to date. So you've got to do the research. You may be just playing in the club Friday and Saturday, but you've got to spend the rest of the week finding new music, figuring out where it goes, what will work, what won't work. So there's a lot of homework that goes into it. And from a career perspective, you have to figure out how you want to position yourself, which companies you want to work with, which of the venues that you want to try and get booked into. There's the whole professional angle to it as well that you have to have one eye on. Because there's the artistic angle, there's the professional angle, and there's the career angle as well. So it's quite varied.
Right. Nikhil, you've been an RJ, a DJ, and a VJ. How is it different to connect with the audience each time?
Each of them uses a different skill set, but the essential goal is still the same. You're trying to communicate with the audience, and you have to find a relevant language to use, which you use to communicate with them. A simple example is if you're in India and you're talking about Al Pacino, some people may think you're really cool, but most people don't understand you. If you say Amitabh Bachchan, everybody knows what you're talking about. So it's just finding the relevant language to use in order to achieve your communication goals. It's the same thing with DJing, it's the same thing with being a radio presenter.
So which one do you enjoy doing the most?
DJing. And then radio presenter. And then television. In that order.
One tip that you give to all the upcoming DJs?
Do your homework. Do your homework and practice and practice and practice and practice. There's no substitute for that.
Don't eat yellow snow. That's a really good tip.
Yes.
It's very important. But just practice. Really, you just can't get enough practice in. The more you do it, learn your music as well. Really, that's that. I think for me, my DJing is learning your music, learning what happens with the tracks, learn where your mix-in and out points are, learn the power of that track, because it can make a difference. If you don't know the track 100%, if you're building somewhere within your set, and you play this track which you thought you knew but you didn't, and it has less power, you've just lost the energy on the dance floor. But you need these tracks are tools to take the dance floor up, down, sideways, dark, twisted. So you need to know every track, where it's what direction it's going to go in. So it's so important to learn all aspects of that track.
Okay. You recently played at Blue Frog, right?
Yeah.
And how was the experience?
It's brilliant. I love playing there. It's the second time I played there. It's a really special club. Really good. It's really intense, and the crowd are close to you. It's a nice sized club, not too big. It's nice and small, intimate. And they're just there in front of you. So as you're playing, it's like you're actually on the dance floor with them. And you can hear them screaming and shouting at you. And that's what fuels me. As you're playing, you know they're enjoying what you're doing and they're going mad. So it's like I'm there with them, like, yeah. I'm in the moment with them. It's a brilliant place. Really like it. Good food as well.
Alright guys, all the best for the show. That's the 5 minutes.
Good luck. Thanks.
Alright, take care.